Hey folks, Rob here with another Rob Plays, and this week it's a pretty big one. It's Bionic Commando, the European release, converted over by Software Creations and published by Go, which was a sort of US Gold Capcom co-op label back in 1988. So, obviously it's a conversion of Capcom's arcade game, as basically one of those cases where you're, well, a Bionic Commando, one of these sort of super soldiers that is armed with a bionic arm that gives you a giant claw that you can grapple onto things. Now, I know a lot of people are probably thinking of the console Bionic Commando, and that's nothing like this one, so let's dive in. The basic idea is you have 5 levels that you need to get through to basically foil the alien's master doomsday weapon. So you just use, left, right to move, up or up, left, up, right to fire the claw, and fire just by itself to shoot. So one of the things you can do is you get these power-up weapons. So I was able to grab it there. That one took a few tries. Oh, and then of course I messed up and just lost it. It is a tough game. So you just got to work your way through these levels and get to the end before you run out of time. The arm does have a good length, which is critical because most of these kinds of games they don't really. And yeah, you're left waiting. Oh. And you're left waiting around trying to navigate properly. And these birds. Yeah, got a new gun. Can't remember what this one does. Yes, first stage done. Although I've lost all my lives, which is kind of terrible. But yeah, the music for this game is amazing. Excellent score by Tim Follin. It's, I think, based off the arcade game, but there's a lot of weird and crazy reinterpretation that he did, which I really dig. And also, the fact that the second stage is in the same load is really convenient, especially when you come and mess it up. Oh, like I just did then. Oh, that's terrible. Let's do another run. Did better than my first run through, so back to stage 1, don't need to reload. So let's not lose all my lives in stage 1. I can't really complain about how many you've given to start with, as it's a good number. And you can make a couple of mistakes and still get through. No, not the bees! Not the bees! I thought darling. And I've lost all my lives anyway. I will admit that collision handling at the edges of platforms is a bit of a sore spot. It's especially frustrating in cases like that where you can only just reach the end, but when it ticks over, you're... Alright, we gotta do one more on this one, I think. One more. I want to be able to get more than like 5 seconds to stage 2. But yeah, all up, I think this is, really tight controls, and other than, the collision handling for the edges of platforms, it handles really well. By this stage in 1987, 88, there are a lot of games that do not play that well on a computer with a joystick that has a single fiber. So here the fact is, you've got pretty good control to move around the stage, use your arm, and fight the enemies. Which you've really got to give the team at Software Creations props for. I mean, if memory serves, they're also the same crew who did the conversion of Leadstorm, which is probably not long after this. Trapped. This is a bit of a frustration I have with this game. It's very easy to get trapped and just end up in a dodgy position. But if that's going to happen, I'm going to at least be able to listen to some great Sid music whilst it happens. So I can't complain that much. Alright, let's recover. Come on, get out of the way! One more. Those birds are troublesome. One more, and then this will be a wrap. Maybe I'll keep quiet for this one. Yeah, I still think the collision detection is pretty solid, but sometimes it just feels a little unfair. Especially with those soldiers that have the bayonets on their guns. Alright. Well, we're at the end of stage 1, but yet again I'm out of lives. This is going to end terribly. Though regardless, I do enjoy this. I had a copy as a kid and it never really clicked. I found it just a little too frustrating. But coming back to it now, it's like I can really appreciate it. Like, it's not just for Follen's music. It is put together well. It is a little spotty at points, but I think all in all, it's a great conversion. As I said, a lot of people remember this more for... A lot of people would probably remember the NES version rather than this. And I remember being a lot more interesting part with that when I was younger. Probably from reading that terrible, terrible novel on it. Oh. And playing... Hey, you can see more on level 2, but yeah. Regardless, I do have to admit I like this. It's a good conversion. From what I've seen, I think it's actually the best of the ones that, came out through US Gold Go. I could be wrong, But I know it's certainly better than the 16-bit versions, which is always a bit of a milestone. And with that, I think I'll call it an end. Good length video there, so all up, good conversion, well worth playing. Thanks again for watching, as always. If you've subscribed to the channel, thanks for doing that. If you haven't, please consider doing so. I put these out usually weekly. And thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.